Thank you for joining me for an Ash Wednesday meditation. In order to participate, you probably need to find a quiet place, somewhere comfortable, and a couple of cereal bowls, one with water in it and one with dirt or soil. And you don't need this much. But if you can find just a little bit, I know the ground is frozen right now, but if you can find a little bit, I think it's worth it. I'm grateful to the Reverend Mary Gregory for writing this meditation and generously allowing me to share it with you today. The Lord formed man from the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. We begin in a garden, beautiful, bountiful, blossoming. The head gardener longs to share his delight in this space that is so good. And so he stoops down again, takes soil again, forms something exquisite again, someone to be filled with his presence, someone into whom he breathes infinite possibility. Take the soil in your hands. Let it run through your fingers. This soil is the very stuff of life. Seeds root down deep in it, feed on it, soar skywards from it. The potter molds and sculpts from it, shaping beauty, turning the beloved on the wheel of life. Feel the soil's potential. Celebrate your creation. Wonder. God said to the man, "You shall return to the ground, for out of it you were taken. You are dust, and to dust you shall return." We stay in the garden, although we barely recognize it as such. This place of wonder has become a wilderness. Delight has soured into decay. Thorns and thistles wrestle roses, choke tulips. This ground of God's intimacy with humanity has become a reflection of its fracture. This soil, so teeming with life, has become a symbol of our grubbiness, our trajectory to dust. Stir your hand through the soil. Let it mark you, as some choices you have made have marked you, dislocated you from garden, from gardener. Repent. Jesus said, unless a grain of wheat falls into the earth and dies, it remains just a single grain. But if it dies, it bears much fruit. Paul writes, "May Christ dwell in your hearts through faith as you are rooted and grounded in love." Wait. There is one who stands between us and our return to the soil. We follow him to a dusty courtyard where the vultures circle impatiently, anxious to devour their prey, him or her. In silence, he traces forgiveness in the dust, seeds new life in the soil, replants a woman, every person, where she may flourish in the rich loam of his love. We follow him to another garden, one where tears are shed, desperate appeals are made, death finally embraced. And in that embrace, the burden of our mortality taken from us. We see him falling to his knees on the earth. this seed, this grain of wheat, burying himself so that his death in this earth becomes the source of our new being. Hold the soil in your palm. Consider it. Imagine all the plants that lived, died, and decomposed to form that soil, to create a rich seed bed teeming with the potential of life. Consider Christ, who died for you, that rooted and grounded in him, you might live. Be thankful. Isaiah says, "The wilderness and the dry land shall be glad. The desert shall rejoice and blossom." We end, or we begin, in a garden, a second Eden. It is so early that we are again at that moment when light first pierces darkness and drives the chaos of dark away. When dew bathes grass and birds chorus at sunrise, for here he is walking again, newly emerged from the depths of the earth like the first spring bulbs which push resolutely against the frozen soil, live in defiance of death. And here is wonder. Here is grace. Here is mercy, like Father, like Son. For as he rises, he lifts us that are rooted in him, so that we are no longer earthbound, and he breathes again eternity into us. Drift your fingers through the water. Let it wash away the soil, as if barefoot your weary feet are bathed by morning dew. Know yourself made new. And now go. Do not sin again.